Welcome back to the Arbor League. I'm Arbor Andy, and today we're going to be taking a look at a team that I think is one of the cheapest teams to build in the Ultra League in terms of cost of Stardust for a second charge move. All three Pokemon cost only 10,000 Stardust for a second move, which makes it very accessible, affordable, and easy to build for everybody if you're looking for a good, quick team. The team consists of Obstagoon, Charizard, and Typhlosion in the back with Community Day moves of Blast Burn. The goal of this team is to protect Obstagoon from fighters and charmers while baiting out either Giratina or Swampert so the other fire type can sweep in the back. So let's take a look at Obstagoon Double Fire in the Open Ultra League. Hopping into the first match, Obstagoon into Shadow Swampert. This is where we want to see it as our backline is extremely weak to water. My plan here is to go for the extra counter, build up to the back-to-back Night Slash, and start spamming them out. Opponent is opting to go straight Hydro Cannon. We can let one through, it does about a third of our health. We're going to throw on their fourth Mud Shot right before they get to the next Hydro Cannon and fire off the Night Slash. Night Slash gets a shield, shielding a potential Hyper Beam. We throw one more counter and go for the Night Slash, fishing for the boost again. They let it go through, the opponent farming up and going for a move. This could be the Earthquake. Even if it's a Hydro Cannon, we need to start shielding. At this range, we could probably double shield and farm down and come out with energy for whatever's in the back. Hydro Cannon, get shielded. The opponent, not wanting to get farmed down, fires off another Hydro Cannon. Can Obstagoon get the farm down? Yes, we can. We actually see a Buzzwole come in. They get a counter through, but we survive and fire off a Night Slash for some chip damage. We have two better responses in the back, so we pivot into Typhlosion, and the opponent stays in to throw a move. Superpower here is really going to hurt Typhlosion. Buzzwole actually goes for the lunge, and the opponent is core broken by fire in the back as we see a Trevenant come in. We get to the Blast Burn, and even debuffed, Trevenant has to respect the damage. Blast Burn gets shielded, Trevenant farming up, but ahead on energy, we outpace the Trevenant to a move, and Typhlosion does not care about debuffs, takes out the Trevenant, and the Buzzwole comes back in to farm down. Charizard is our hardest wall to Buzzwole here, so all we have to do is come in with the Charizard, wing attack down, and that is a good game. Similar lead in our next match, Obstagoon into regular Swampert. I'm going to play this the same way, build up to 2 Night Slash, and start fishing for the boosts. Opponent plays this differently as they actually build up as well and fire off the first charge move. Regular Hydro Cannon not going to be as threatening as they will need 3 to KO instead of 2. Swampert firing off Hydro Cannon number 2. I'm actually going to shield one of these to preserve some health on the Obstagoon, as this could be the Quake, but it's just another Hydro Cannon, and we will fire off one as well. Obstagoon charging up, gets the first shield from Swampert, and we get to Night Slash number 2. The opponent can let this go through, as it is not yet lethal. They let it through, and it is Boostagoon time. Counters are just chunking away the Swampert as they get to another Hydro Cannon. This Hydro Cannon is not yet lethal for us either. Hydro Cannon gets us deep in the red as we get to one last Night Slash and force them to show us where they want to spend their final shield. The opponent lets it through and we take switch. We get triple resisted Shadow Claw down, which is a bit unfortunate. The plan here is to come in with Charizard as he gets the charge moves quicker and Gengar is very squishy. I'm only going to build up to a Dragon Claw, chip away at the Gengar, and hopefully get it into farm down range for Typhlosion to get ahead on energy. Dragon Claw lets it go through, and they get to a move. This could be the Shadow Ball, but I'm going to save the shield for Typhlosion. It's just another Shadow Punch, we can take that, and the opponent gets to another charge move. This is just another Shadow Punch. I actually think we can live this. Shadow Punch gets us deep in the red, and we get to another Dragon Claw. This will be taking out the Gengar if they let it go unshielded. Dragon Claw takes out the Gengar, and the final Pokemon is an Alolan Sandslash, which we absolutely wall. They're going to build up to the Bulldoze, and their only win con is that we don't shield. We got an Incinerate through, so they actually fire off a Gyro Ball, and we get the KO. We have an incredible strategy for handling Tapu Fini leads in our next match. We tap the top left part of our screen, and that is a good game. Spicy lead in our next match as we're faced with a XL Shadow Fortress. You'll love to see it. Two better responses in the back, so we save swap into Typhlosion, and the spice continues with Shadow Houndoom. Despite being resisted, Shadow Houndoom is very squishy and will not appreciate these Blast Burns. Blast Burn gets Shadow Houndoom deep in the red as they get to a charge move. This is just a crunch, but Shadow Houndoom hits very hard, and we want to win switch if possible. One more Incinerate KOs, and we come out with 1.5 Blast Burns as Incinerate charges insanely quick. Typhlosion is very dangerous with an energy lead, so we'll have to see what their third is, and it is a Shadow Gliscor. The opponent actually running a triple Shadow team, but Shadow Gliscor also not going to appreciate the Blast Burn. Blast Burn connects, and Gliscor gets to a move. I'm going to let this go through, and trust in Shielded Charizard versus the Fortress. Night Slash barely KOs, and we live to take out the Gliscor if they let this go through. And we have another present in the back for 2 Shielded Fortress. And we are on Wing Attack instead of Fire Spin, so our fast moves are actually doing neutral damage instead of super effective due to Fortress's Steel typing. I should have thrown there because we're down shields, but everything is resisted here except for Rock Tomb, which absolutely one-shots us. I actually forgot Fortress had access to that, definitely was not expecting that, but this is tough. Typhlosion is low, and Obstagoon is absolutely getting shredded by the Bug Bites. The only chance here is to fish for a boost. Night Slash gets shielded, and the Bug Bites continue to shred through Obstagoon. We almost make it to another Night Slash. Gonna have to shield up this Rock Doom here. It will do some heavy neutral damage. Our attack gets lowered, and things going from bad to worse. Fishing for another boost with the Night Slash. Night Slash gets shielded, and we get the boost! Things actually turning in our favor as we get to one last Night Slash, and this Night Slash will be taking out the Shieldless Shadow Fortress. Obstagoon taking the win. Pretty neutral lead this time, Obstagoon into Pidgeot. The counters will still hit for neutral damage, but I'm going to safe swap into Typhlosion and check for a fire counter. The opponent building up energy and gets to a move, probably to Brave Bird and dip. I'm calling the Feather Dance, but we get nearly one-shotted by the Brave Bird and bait out the Giratina. On the bright side, we baited it out, and by getting really low, gives the Giratina less farm. We don't make another one, and we can safely come in with the Obstagoon and take back this mid-game. And this mid-game is painful, as the Giratina is forced to go straight Dragon Claw. This tells me that they are running Shadow Sneak, whereas Ancient Power would be neutral and would be the play to hope for a boost. We just have to Night Slash this down, but once the Giratina is low enough, we can triple resist, counter down, and come out with a ton of energy. Dragon Claws chipping away as we get to another Night Slash. This will be getting the Giratina extremely low if they let it go through, which they do, and it's time to triple resisted non-stab counter down. And another good thing about Giratinas these days is that they're running Shadow Claw instead of Dragon Breath, which makes this match less oppressive. Giratina makes it to a last minute Shadow Claw. I'm actually going to shield this just to preserve some health on Obstagoon in case we get sniped by their third. The Pidgeot comes back in, we get to back-to-back Night Slash, and we're going to start firing them off. Hoping for a boost. We have not got one yet. Obstagoon actually draws the first shield, so I'm going to throw another one and force them to make another decision. Do they want to shield? They actually double shield the Pidgeot. They're actually going to throw here, which is good for us, instead of farming us down, so they waste their energy, and we can come in with Zarge. But we actually survive on 1 HP in a dream, so I'm just going to go straight for the Blast Burn here, and shield the obvious Brave Bird. We don't want a repeat of earlier, we correctly shielded Brave Bird this time, and there is an Abomasnow in the back. Makes sense as to why they double shielded, but this Abomasnow will not appreciate a Blast Burn. Blast Burn takes out the Abomasnow, and we get to a Dragon Claw. I was unsure of their energy, so I threw the Dragon Claw just in case. Dragon Claw gets the Pidgeot very low, one more Wing Attack, gets the KO. I had a ton of fun running this team. Definitely a Tapu Fini on the lead weakness, but Obstagoon can one-shot if they're not expecting a Gunk Shot, and Typhlosion also has access to Solar Beam as a last resort. Other than that, an Obstagoon Fire-type core is very strong in this meta. You could try a Crobat, Golbat, or Poison type in the back, but overall, a very strong team. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and leave a comment, tell me what you think, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It really helps us out to grow the community. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Arbor Andy, and I'll see you buds in the next one.